advisors get that LinkedIn's important. Twitter, they don't get. And this stat just shows you that Facebook blows away a lot of the competitors when it comes to social networks for usage. And there's a big number 2 race between Twitter and LinkedIn. This basically just shows they're kind of competing. They kind of leapfrogged a couple times last year. I wrote an article on Twitter and was talking about this at lunch to a couple people. Is basically the first reason to use Twitter is an information source. You can follow every major news outlet, magazine, newspaper, Barron's, whether it is. You can follow celebrities, whatever it is. You can create your own news stream, and it's in real time. An interesting example, a little outside the industry, but I was in Boston, and we had an earthquake. And I ran up from downstairs and asked my wife, was that an earthquake? She said, what? You crazy? Get out of here. We turned on the local news, no coverage at all. Went to Twitter. Sure enough, there was an earthquake in Maine. And the real stat that kind of blew this away for me is that people in New York City found out about the earthquake before they felt it. If they were on Twitter, they saw it. So it's real time. So you're really getting valuable information, especially breaking news. It's a great news feed. The other thing is, that's the main goal of what you want to do, but you might eventually want to brand your firm. That's something you can do as you start to share the right information. You need followers to reach people. I just wrote an article for Financial Advisor magazine. We don't have a lot of time to get into all this stuff, but something simple as a hashtag. A hashtag, if you don't know it, for kind of the 101 people, it's a pound sign in front of a word or term. That allows you to come up on these kind of relevant things. So maybe it's the word retirement and you put the pound sign. Whatever your audience, you know your target market better than I do, but what's that hotbed word that maybe they're searching for? And you want to come up in that stream. You just had this great news. We talked about earlier in the other presentation, the slide got frozen, but how you can create the snowball effect. And you got this fantastic information. A lot of you got recognized from Barron's. Don't let it be a flash in the pan where it's gone. Twitter is a great way to get that out there. You do want to be careful that you're not a used car salesman in Twitter. It's the same thing in real life, same thing as Twitter. If you're always just pushing out your promotional content, you're going to drive people crazy and they won't want to follow you. I had a friend, Andrew Davis. He talks outside of the industry on social media, and he came up with this 4-1-1 rule. You'll share 4 pieces of content from the outside world, maybe 1 piece of content of your own, and then 1 thing can be promotional. I actually think it should be more content than promotional, but get out there, and if you start to use, there's a lot of sophisticated things to get more followers, and it would be interesting to hear how 100,000 followers is fantastic. So there's potential to get more and more followers, but if it's one of those, if the tree falls in the woods, does anyone hear it? You send out a tweet and you have no followers, does it matter? So you really want to, over time, build up a follower base.